Well, I haven't had the opportunity to do this for a while because rummage sales and thrift stores and stuff have been a little iffy for the last year. But there was a citywide rummage sale in a small town, and I hit that today, and I got some goods, so we'll go through it. Well, okay, I'll say first, this is a potato basket. Rather nice, you know, for digging potatoes, letting the dirt fall out of them. That was, I think, like $5, but nice to have. Okay, $7.50 I paid for this. It is a sight, some sort of a, well, red dot or green dot. I mean, it works, and it's set up to mount on a rail of some sort. I suspect it's for a pistol, but I do not know. But I thought, well, I'm really not into that sort of thing, but I played around with somebody who was up who had one day, and I found it to be interesting. I don't trust sights that require you to have a battery, but it seems to work. So I thought, well, okay, we'll play around with it a little and see what we think of these. You know, just not my cup of tea really, but for $7.50. This was $5, and it appears to me to be something that actually clamps on your window of your vehicle, and then you can mount like a spotting scope, I'm guessing. The camera would work. This is kind of an adapter thing that changes the angle, but it is a pretty solid unit, and it is Nikon. So for $5, if I use it one time, you know, maybe that would be enough to. But the idea that you can mount it on anything, like say even on the top of the windshield of this, I think I could actually mount that. Take this off, mount the camera right on there. I think it's something I might be able to use. Well, need the bigger stuff here. I got 3 toolboxes, no, 4 toolboxes at $2 a piece. Well, I really didn't need 4 of them, but these little Craftsman boxes are really nice boxes. And this guy was trying to get rid of stuff, so they are full of stuff. You know, odd pieces of socket sets. Like here's an actual vice grip. You know, these things are all right to have. You can throw them in a tractor or whatever. Looks like a little good switch. But, you know, that sort of thing. For $2, oh, and there's a whole benzomatic torch. Well, the box is there, parts of the setup are there, including the soldering tip, which is you need sometimes. Well, 2 bags of Coleman mantles. That's well worth the $2 right there. And I'll put this over here. Another $2 one, and full of junk, including a nice little Stanley square that actually has the level not broke, and the scribe looks good. You get it complete. Some odd little Black & Decker cordless ratchet without a charger, which I think is pretty much junk, but it's there. But a lot of odd sockets, oh, including, looks to be a spark plug wrench, but for a smaller, like a chainsaw spark plug. But that'd be alright to have. A lot of little odds and ends in there, but good Craftsman toolbox for $2. Okay, this was two different purchases. These I got at one place, and they actually have, this one's about that full, 4064, which I use quite often. I was really buying them thinking, you know, I got plenty of powder, but I like these old style cans. Yeah, 3031's about up there. 4350 is a little bit there. Now the guy had a lot of reloading stuff, a press, die sets and stuff, but it was all for stuff that I don't use. Like 243 and 7mm. Had a lot of that stuff, but you know, and I could have made him like a deal on a whole pile, but I thought, really, you know, I have no use for it. I'm really not looking to turn the stuff around. I figured I'd leave it. Somebody is going to be really tickled who has those calibers to run across that. So I just took the powder cans, you know, because even he had a lot of bullets, but it was bullets for stuff I don't shoot. So, and this was kind of an odd deal. Well, okay. These I bought at a different place. Yeah. Two of the, what they call pickle forks for knocking apart, you know, suspension. Things are very handy to have. A wire brush and also a file cleaning brush, which evidently has never been used. But these things are handy. So good to have. The rest of this box, the only thing I really wanted, or had any interest in, was another chalk line. So I've got a couple of them. But the newer ones are all made of plastic. This is one of the old metal ones. Okay, you know, so, and they had 2 bottles of blue chalk in it. Well, I've got a big gallon jug of chalk, but I have broken and misplaced some of these little bottles, so good to have these, and they're both at least half full. But in order to get these, I had to buy the whole box for $4. So I got nails, I got padlocks, I got spark plugs. It's just a, you know, a mix of stuff, a bunch of little funnels. You know, the guy was just trying to get rid of this stuff. So, well, I got it. But there's stuff in here I'll use, including 1030 synthetic blend oil. I don't think I'll use that, but it's in here. But I really, you know, the chalk, for $4, I mean, the whole, I can deal with it. A couple of cistern pumps. And the handle is in here for it someplace, yeah. You know, this is a Monarch pump. These are still being made. Though this is back when they were made in Canada. I think the new ones are Chinese. But you could still buy the leathers for them. So these are all right to have. You know, they're for, like, if you have a cistern underground under your kitchen and then you can pump water out. They're all right to have. I've got some older ones that I like a lot better. But it was cheap. I wasn't going to pass it up. This one I paid a little more for. Yeah, this one I paid, I paid $15 for. They had 20 on it, but I worked them down a little. This is kind of an unusual in that it is the design, but I actually have a packing here. It's a brass cylinder, and it is made to fit a garden hose on. These were used so that you could pump water into the washing machine, kind of. That sort of a situation. But very good pump. Leather should be a pretty standard pump leather. I'll see when I take it apart, but they should be pretty standard. The same as what you use on windmills and that sort of thing. A hand crank phonograph for $10. it's kind of cool, and it does work, and it's got a bunch of spare needles, and it even came with a record. Yeah, pretty interesting. Steel Guitar Blues, Rory Acuff and his Crazy Tennesseans. But I think it'd probably be a copyright infringement if I played it, so we will not play it, and it would probably stir the chickens up. But it's nice. You know, I've got a couple other ones of these. This is a very nice little portable unit. And there's an extra needle. So for $10, you know, I thought, well, but it's like your picnic unit. Same guy, $10 for an old pie safe. Well, that's dandy. I don't need a safe, but I need a safe for pies. Those you have to keep track of. Another toolbox of indiscriminate branding, but it does have a tray in, which makes a difference. But that was $1. Well, as long as I'm back here. A Tonka road grader. Well, since I've ran a road grader for many years, and I very seldom see these toy road graders, I thought, well, okay, I'll buy this. I have a certain theory in mind for this. This would be, because it's got a lot of little adjustability to her here, where you can set blade angles and stuff. The only thing she doesn't articulate, like most of them do, but there are times when I'm trying to demonstrate certain procedures that you do with a road grader. This would be an ideal little demo unit. So, that's there. For $3. Another Craftsman toolbox, but this one with nothing and without the tray. But the box itself is very good, and I probably have a bad box with a good tray that I can swap out. So here's a check valve for those pumps. You know, you put it in the line. Gun case, which I believe was $1. Now, I've got a lot of gun cases, but you know, usually what goes bad on these inexpensive gun cases is the zipper. The one thing I liked about this, most gun cases now come rather large because they're set up to accommodate a scope. This is pre-scope, so it might be useful. The old flour sack dish towels, you know, made out of 100% cotton, just dish towels, whole bag of them. Well, this was a deal with one of the Cistern pumps, but it is the clothes washing agitator for if you're washing clothes in a regular tub. You know, rather elaborate agitation system, but it looks good and solid, and I've had them before. It's like the backup to the backup, you know, so I got one now again. I had one, but I gave it to my sister for educational purposes. This is something I have never had. Don't know that I'll ever use it, but if I use it once, it was worth the 50 cents I paid for it. I'm more curious as it is a, you know, the selfie stick thing. I am curious because it's got a plug-in and a push button. And if this actually functions with the camera, I would be impressed. You know, I have never really felt the need for one, but it might be useful at some time, and it does have a camera clip in it, and this thing is removable, so we'll see. 50 cents, I'll take a chance. I think that pretty much wraps her up. But I'm very happy. I'm happy with the phonograph. Happy with the toolboxes. Cistern pumps I can really use. Potato basket, very nice thing. And I do like the tin cans. You know, this is back when Porter was, well, $15.99 he paid for them, so they aren't too awfully old. But I do like these tin cans. And of course, powder's perfectly fine. You know, it ain't like it goes bad. I mean, I've shot older powder than this. So I'll make my money back on the powder that's in them. So it was a good day. It was good to have the opportunity to do some good rummaging, because I'm a pro at that. But it's been sad that they haven't had them for a while. Well, then we had one. And hopefully we'll have more. Now someday I can play with my road grader. Oh, I could use this so many times. Trying to explain to people, okay, here's what you do. You do this because you want to get rid of that, you know. This would be a demo tool. The only thing I have, you know, my doubts about this, but like I say, it does work. Red or green, and different styles of sight by simply turning this switch. You know, the one I shot, it was on an AR, and it worked. I have a feeling, though, that this is made to mount on a pistol. Just seems odd that it's a generic, you know, no brand name on it at all. You would think there would be some information, but I see nothing. But it does look like a very standard mount. And she has a considerable amount of adjustment. So we'll see someday. But it was good to go to a rummage sale again. Now I got to get this stuff covered up because it's supposed to rain. Get her tucked away. But I do like a good rummage sale.